I've been making a train game that I'll release for free for a long time. I'm almost done, but one of the things a game needs to seem at least semi-competent is sound. I don't know much about sound design, but there are three main things I figured I need. Train sounds, music, and ambiance. Before any of that, I'm not using a pre-made game engine. I wouldn't say I'm making my own engine just because I'm making the bare minimum that I need. Anyhow, I need a way to make sounds. I need a library that has a permissive license, is free, and preferably can play MP3 files or an equivalent like Ogg Vorbis for music. I don't need a bunch of bells or whistles. Actually, since I'm making a train game, I do need some bells and whistles, just not that type of... It's a figure of speech. What I'm trying to say is I don't need a lot of... You know what I mean. Moving on. Trains make sounds. It's part of their appeal, or as anyone who lives right next to train tracks will tell you, it's part of why they suck. It's sort of a yin and yang, like anyone who has a Harley will tell you that's what makes their motorcycle special, and everyone else thinks that Harley riders are special. Either way, the sound is part of the train experience. During simulation, trains add the different sound effects that they make to a queue of sounds for each train. There's a sound manager for the game that keeps track of 8 sounds at a time for each of the effect types. The idea of separate queues is that you only need so many of any given sound. If there are a bunch of chuffs, then one more won't make much difference, but something different like a whistle or a hiss might be important. The manager also knows where the camera is relative to the trains and will play distant sounds quieter, and will only add the loudest, closest sounds. Games also need music. I don't know anything about music really. I mean, I listen to music sometimes, but I've never played an instrument and can't even keep track of the types of techno. Anyhow, I had a vision of needing some classical music for my game. So I bought a copy of Fruity Loops, FL Studio, and spent weeks composing the theme music for my game, and then different variations of it for different regions. I made a martial theme with snare drums, a polka version, a flamenco version. And then I somehow lost it all. I literally don't know what happened to the files. I was devastated and so mad at myself. But it was probably the best thing that could have happened to the game, to not have my crappy music in it. So, instead, what I did was search around the internet and found some good pre-made music. I wanted the music to be classical, consistent, and thematic. Eventually, I found Gregor Quendel's music, and I really liked his collection of arrangements for strings. He has a tip jar system for licensing those songs, so I gave him $10 per song, $90 for 9 songs. Good thing for him, he didn't request a revenue share because I'm releasing my game for free. To make the world feel more lived in, and to give an ASMR relaxing vibe to it, I added some ambient noises for different types of terrain. If you're around the woods or fields, there are sounds of birds chirping. If you're next to a river, you hear the gurgle of water. If you're around the ocean, you hear waves. I splat the terrain types into a super low-resolution image. That blurry image then tells what volumes of the different ambient sounds to play based on the camera location. Towns and industries also make noise, so if you're close to one, I also play some ambient effects for those. For example, there are sounds of people milling about from a city. Factories make clanking noises. Cow farms make cow noises. Sheep farms make sheep noises. I need to combine the different sound types, train effects, music, and ambiance. I did something simple but effective. It feels more immersive if when you zoom in, it makes the trains and ambient noises like bird chirps louder. And when you zoom out, those get quiet, and the music gets louder. Since my game allows you to make the simulation run fast, I also make the train noises quieter as the simulation speeds up, because playing train effects at 25x speed gets really annoying really fast. If you stuck around for the whole video, congratulations, you have a long attention span. Maybe you will like a slow-paced game about building and optimizing train routes. If so, wishlist the game. There's a link in the description. Or join Discord. Like, comment, and subscribe.